What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. As I was saying in my last video, I'm having a little bit of a weed problem in the back. I got some knotwood weed growing, I got some clover growing, and I got some nuts edge grass growing as well. So this here is going to be a broad treatment. I can spray this right over my lawn. I don't have to worry about harming the lawn. You can get this right from your big box store, and you're going to hook the hose up to it, and that's going to be your concentration as you spray that thing out over across the grass. When you're spraying spot spray, it's a lot more of a concentrated product, and therefore you can hurt your lawn. So you want to be very careful with that. But I've got so much weed growing in the back that I don't even want to bother with the spot spray because I'll be spraying everything. So this is where this is going to come in handy for me. In the front, I have zero problems with any weed. I had a few dandelions popping up, but I used my weed puller and I went in there and I just pulled them out by hand. A lot of times that's going to be your best bet. You know you're getting rid of the weed, you're pulling out the root source, and you're making sure the weed is completely gone and removed. So you won't have any problems of it reflowering next year or any other spreading or germination farther on down the road. This here is going to help against your dandelion, your clover, your nuts edge grass, as well as your knotwood and a bunch of other. The biggest ingredients in here are the dimethylene salt and the quinclorac. That's going to be your main properties of what are going to kill the weeds. Like I said, you're going to want to be able to hook this right up to the hose. You turn it on, and that will dilute the product that's in here, so it won't be as harmful, but you'll still get a good result. After a few days, you'll start to see that clover especially will curl in, and that's how you know you've had a good effective spray. And you're just going to monitor it from there and make sure it fully dies out. I do recommend definitely overseeding after that, because once that dies out, you kind of have bare spot to open up for any other weeds that want to fill in that gap. So as you can see, I did just cut the grass. Some people may agree with cutting the grass before you're going to do this treatment, or cutting the grass after you're doing the treatment. I like to do it before, and that way there I'm not kicking up anything or rustling up anything. My main area of treatment is going to be in the back here. As you can probably see, I do have, that's where the knotwood weed is, in those two gaps where I had a lot of loose patchy grass. So there wasn't anything in there, any grass in there to fight off the germination of any of those seeds. So we're really going to treat in the back over here, this back half, and then I've got a couple other little spots in the front over here that I'm going to hit with the clover. So we're going to get this thing hooked up to the hose, we'll get it turned on, and we'll get this backyard sprayed over here. So I'm hooked up to the hose here. I'm going to turn it on the water, get some spray coming out, making sure I got a good flow here. And then I'm going to flip on and add the chemical. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. This was just a short little video. When I walk that through and I'm spraying it throughout the grass, you do want to work your way back from the farthest spot in the yard, farthest away from the hose, and you're going to work in an S pattern, working your way back, spraying it nice and evenly, about half speed. You don't have to run with it, and there is a little gauge on the back of the bottle that's going to show you how much you're using. You don't need to use all the product. You just want to make sure you get a good, decent coverage on the weeds that are out there. Keep monitoring the weeds over the next few days. Make sure you had a good treatment. If 4 or 5 days pass and you don't see those weeds start to wilt, you may want to give it a second pass. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this content. Please like, subscribe, follow for more. Thanks.